What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys the most unique bomb play inside of Madden 22. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So the playbook I'm in is the Tennessee Titans playbook. Again, I'm in the Tennessee Titans playbook. Now, what I can say is that this playbook is by far has the best gun doubles halfback week because it's actually found in a lot of different other playbooks. So if you want to see if it's inside your playbook you use, make sure you check the description and you will be able to see that. Now, hopping into the video, as far as personnel goes, you basically just want to have your best receiver here. Oh, no, excuse me, I lied. You want to have your best receiver here, and you want to have your second fastest receiver here, or your second best receiver, and you want to put your third best receiver here. Now, it is nice to have like a receiving back, but Derrick Henry is fine. And I picked the Titans just because it's the Titans playbook, but you can use this scheme with any team, obviously. But as far as the bomb play, this is actually going to be the shake halfback corner. Now, I kind of want to just take you through this playbook and kind of just, let you see the kind of other plays in here, because this is by far my favorite gun doubles halfback weak formation because it has a lot of different good plays you can run. So let's go ahead and start with shake halfback corner. Now, this is actually the only play I'm talking about in part one. Now, in part two, what I'm most likely going to do, I'm either going to show you gameplay with me kind of talking over it and showing you why I did the setups I do, and you'll be able to physically see me actually do that. So I'm either thinking about doing it that way, or I may do a part two where I show you some couple concepts I like and then actually show you gameplay, with those concepts that I show you. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but definitely gonna be one of those two. But shake halfback corner. Now, excuse me. So for the defense, I'm gonna just come out on a dollar defense. Now, I do want you to know that I do have safeties in at this linebacker position. That's going to be important later on in the video, but I just want to show you that we do have speed out there. And we have speed all over the place, so you don't think nothing's up. But let's actually come out in cover three. Now, what's crazy about this play, I'm going to back off these cornerbacks just for a second, just to kind of simulate a non-zone drop. That's what I'm simulating, because most of the time, people are going to be zone dropping versus you. Because if they sit in stock zones, you are literally going to feast. They're going to have to zone drop in some regard. They're either going to have to zone drop or play man coverage. They cannot play stock zone coverages. And even if they play zone drop, you have to understand that deep, middle thirds, deep halves, thirds, quarters, they're still susceptible to getting bombs, so it doesn't matter if they're playing zone drop or not. Now, for my setup that I like, you want to take triangle, put them on a streak, and then you want to take square and actually put them on a hitch route. And what you want to do from here, take X and actually put them on a curl route. So what's going to happen is that we're actually going to glitch out that third that's on the left side over here where Brown is, AJ Brown. Kind of watch what happens. So the running back is going to force that cornerback to actually widen out, and then at that point we're going to be able to throw it for a nice one-play touchdown. Now, obviously I could have just stepped up in the pocket and actually made it an easier throw. But I also do want to show, I'll actually do that now, but I want to show you that even if they press, it doesn't matter. So like if they press our slot receiver, it doesn't matter. We're still actually going to be able to actually bomb that cover. So you can tell right here, a lot of times you just want to drift out, and you can actually just step up and just make it a much easier throw. As you can tell, sometimes you can make a miss. It's not always one play, but it's a big game. Now in games, it's going to be a one-play touchdown, but in practice mode, I don't know. Practice mode has its own way of playing sometimes, but these concepts, definitely you can take them over to transition in the game, as you guys already know from my channel. But the reason I like this setup too is because what's going to happen is that we're going to have a high-low read on this left side, basically. So now I'm actually going to focus on the left side. So let's say they deep half, right? Let's say they just deep half, like worst case scenario. And also we can bomb this deep half also. So if they want to deep half to this side, we can bomb it. And I'll go ahead and talk about that here in a second. But square is going to be open if they're not zone dropping. But if they aren't zone dropping, a lot of times what's going to happen too is that that curl route, that curl flat is actually going to get glitched back into the middle with this kind of concept. Now, I can't tell you why, but I'll just tell you that's what happens. So what's going to happen is that if he's a non-zone drop, purple, when this receiver, when the running back actually gets to the sideline, he's actually going to glitch back to the middle, like to the hash, the numbers. And this works whenever your two receivers are to the wide side. And also, I forgot to mention, when you run this offense, you want your two receivers to the wide side of the field. Again, make sure your two receivers to the wide side. And you'll see why in a second, because we want this route, this glitchy route right here, to actually be able to be more effective when it's ran to the short side of the field. So anyways, you guys can see that little concept. Now, I also want to show you that if they put their middle third on this side, we can actually still bomb it. It's just a much tougher throw. So I want to show you guys that. So let's say they're backed off. Take triangle, put them on a streak, square on a hitch route, take X, put them on a curl, and then let's go and snap the ball. So you can bomb it. It's just a lot tougher of a throw. You can tell, like, you just have to have a speed advantage, basically. like, you can definitely do it, you can tell, but it's just a little more shady. It just looks a little bit more risky, but you can definitely do it, you know. So don't get discouraged if they have that person over there. So I just wanted to move them over there in case you guys were like, oh, all you have to do is just, you know, put the third on that side. That's not always the case. I wish it was that easy sometimes. In theory, you would think that, but that's what I'm here for, because sometimes things just don't work how they're supposed to. I mean, it's Madden. But also, I want to show you, so this setup right here, basically, if they put a deep half, then they might be like, okay, well, it's taken care of, right? Not exactly. So you might be thinking, what they put a deep half, and you know, they put like a flat route, so they put like a double Mabel style coverage and user right here type of thing. Now I want to show you that we can actually bomb this coverage still. So what you want to do, you want to take triangle, put them on a zig route. You want to take square, put them on a slant. You want to take X and actually put him on a streak. Now sometimes this streak combo, they'll run into each other, so you're kind of rolling the dice, but you don't have to put them on a streak. It just works better. So I want to show you first what happens without the streak. Oh, I messed up my route, so let's go ahead and reset the play. Hold on real quick. Alright, so basically first I'm going to show you what happens if we just put a flat route, and then I'm going to come back and show you what happens with the streak. So remember, we have a deep half over here, so let's go and snap the ball. So you can still complete this. It's just really hard of a throw. So basically what you want to do is throw him open. Now, it is an extremely hard throw to make, but you basically just want to, like I said, throw that guy open. It's going to be similar with the streak, but if you want the most consistent way to try to bomb it, this is the most consistent way to try, because what's going to happen is that if he is faster than this guy, then a lot of times he'll be able to run by him. So you notice how he starts to kind of climb, and then you're able to throw this ball. Now, if he's like a Tyreek Hill or something, you have Patrick Mahomes, then this is an easy throw to throw out here, but basically that's why you want to put your best / fastest receiver out there to go get it. Now, I also want to show you what happens if they put a deep half. So let's go and simulate deep half. Here we go right here. Now, I'm actually going to take X and put him on a streak this time, so you can actually understand the difference. So here we go with the setup. You just want to take triangle, put him on a zig, square on a slant. That's the setup. Now, I want you guys to kind of pay attention to that slant / post combo. So what's going to happen is that you're going to just kind of try to throw him open, but it doesn't always work the best. That's why I like the first setup, because sometimes what can happen is that this route will actually run into the post. Like, they'll kind of do like a little like thing where like they, you know, like they just run next to each other but don't go anywhere. How they just kind of like act like they can't just like stop for a second and let the person by, like that kind of stuff. Sometimes that will happen, but the whole point of this is to try to hold that safety inside and then throw him open. Now, the only thing with this play, it needs a lot of timing. You need to understand the timing. So I'm gonna demonstrate that to you right now. So because what happens is that this route actually stops running at a certain point. It's one of those routes that don't continue running, so that's the only unfortunate thing about it, because you have to have the great timing, which I'm gonna show you right here. So kind of watch circle, right? So what's gonna happen if you try to wait and wait, what's gonna happen is that he's gonna chop his feet. You see how he chops his feet? Then that means that he's no longer going to continue running his route. He's actually going to come back to the ball. So you really want to work on that timing. So the perfect time to throw this ball, in case you're wondering, I'll talk about it really quick. I know I want to get through everything. So the perfect time to throw this ball is right here. You want to throw it right here. Worst case scenario, right here, if you're really good at timing. Because what's going to happen is, like, right here, he's going to chop his feet. So you want to throw the ball as soon as he crosses, like, as soon as he's almost even with them. So as soon as he's, like, about to pass him up, you want to go ahead and throw it right about here. That's the best way to throw it, is right here. But the timing on that is hard. So that's why I always throw it right about here. So that way you can try to aim for this area and then just try to, get a fortunate animation to actually catch the ball, So, like, if you want a chunk play, like, before halftime or something, this is where I like using these setups from. Now, moving on from cover 3, I want to talk about cover 2, because cover 2, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So what I'm gonna do is back this guy off to kind of simulate off playing corners. So let's take I'm gonna spot these guys right here. Now, if they're gonna play a defense like this and they're trying to use one of these vertical hooks or something, and they're not putting a third, it's just stealing at that point. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take triangle, put them on a zig, square on a slant, and we're gonna take X and put them on a flat route. And what's gonna happen is that circle is just literally gonna be wide open. Like, it's just not even funny. Now right there, I even threw a bad pass lead. I was supposed to throw it more outside, but you can tell. I mean, it's just wide open. Now I do at least want to go on the replay and just kind of show you why that's so wide open. Well, I didn't wait enough time. So let me go on the replay real quick and show you exactly why that was wide open. So it's basically because of this running back route. So what's going to happen is that he's going to wide. You see how the safety widens out with the running back? that's why I said this route is just really, really glitchy in that aspect, because they just completely ignore this route right here. I don't know why it works that way. I don't know what kind of bug it is, but basically he's going to ignore that. And like I said, I could have easily just held the ball for a little longer and just threw it literally out here, because that's just how wide open it is. Now, the deep path is actually going to have to kind of respect the slant a little bit. That's why he's a little late to reacting to it. And plus, it's expecting the mid-read to help, but the mid-read is going to get completely glitched out and just do nothing, right? So that's why I said that this route combo is just completely crazy. Now, you might be thinking, well, all I gotta do is put a middle third, right? I mean, obviously, like, you know, that should fix it, right? Let me show you what happens when we put a middle third. So you see the defense right here. Now, only reason I'm back around my corners, like I said, is to simulate zone drop, because they're gonna be zone dropping in some type of fashion. So triangle on a zig, square on a slant. We're gonna take X and actually put them on a flat route. Here we go right here. Now, what's crazy is that we can still complete this pass. Like, that is wild. So kind of watch what happens. So basically what happens, in case you missed it, is that the deep third, for whatever reason, it doesn't go straight back. Like, it kind of like acts like he's reading something, like he's a mid-read. It pretty much acts like a mid-read, then at the last second he's like, oh, hey, I'm supposed to be deep. And I don't know why it plays that way. Now, keep in mind, this is actually Vernon Scott right here. Let me actually make sure I'm not telling you wrong. This should be Vernon Scott. Okay, good. So Vernon Scott has like 90 something speed, so that should tell you right there that it literally doesn't matter, right? So you can kind of tell. Watch what he does. So he's going to kind of backpedal like he's doing something. You see how he's backpedaling, but look how slow he's moving. Look how slow he's moving. So I'm playing at regular speed. So this is regular speed. So look how slow he's moving. By that time he actually turns and runs, look where our receiver is. Look where he is. There's literally no way. There's no way. He's already beat, right? That's why I said that this play is just really crazy. Now, last thing I'll show you is what if they pass commit. You might be saying, bro, what if they just pass commit? It seems like that should work. Now, if they pass commit, it's literally going to do nothing. So what I'm going to do is take it a step further and show you what if they backpedal, like back them off. Now, keep in mind, if they're doing this, first of all, run the ball. Like, if they're going to take somebody and bring them all the way back, and you know that, then just run the ball or run some other concepts you're going to see me talk about on part 2. That's going to expose this type of defense, because there's just nobody in the middle of the field, and then there's going to be too much for the user to have to guard themselves. So they would never do this, like show it that way. So I'm just going to leave them in the linebacker position, because worst case scenario, they'll probably step them back, but even then you should be able to notice that. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys the same setup. So X on the flat route, triangle on the zig, square on the slant, and we're going to snap the ball. So I'm going to show you guys this. So basically what's going to happen is no matter what, it's like he just doesn't respond fast enough. Like that time he backed him off and then made it a tougher throw, yes, but that's what it's going to take. It's going to have to take them moving that guy back. They're going to have to move him back at that point. And if they start playing a defense like that, we're going to feast, because we're going to be running so many in-route combos and everything like that, to where that mid-read is going to be very, very valuable to them to have. So they're not going to want to run their cover 2. Now, next thing I want to talk about is cover 4 drop. So what they run cover 4 drop, bro. Now, cover 4 drop, I personally like to block my running back, but I'll show you what happens if we don't block them, just in case like maybe you didn't know it's cover 4 drop. Maybe you thought it was like cover 3, you wanted to see what they were playing. So this is basically a good safe setup for almost every single cover shell. And also this cover shell will bomb cover 3 as well. Actually, I'll show you that. I'll show you that after this play. So I'll show you this against cover 3 with this setup that I don't think I got to show you. But basically, that cornerback is just not going to react. I'm getting a bad throw, but you have to throw it kind of funny, basically, because you can't pass lead him like you would, because you'll throw a pick. So you have to throw it like up the field, basically. So let's go back to cover 4 drop, and I'll show you what it looks like when you block the running back. So here we go right here, and I'm actually going to block the running back now, and you'll be able to see a huge difference, honestly. So basically, you'll be able to throw that ball a lot easier, because now we can actually pass lead them out there and actually get over the top. So if you know they're playing cover 3, go ahead and, if you know they're playing cover 4 drop, go ahead and block that running back. It's going to make the setup get open a lot smoother, basically. Now, what I was getting ready to tell you before I talk about man coverage is that we can actually bomb, a standard cover 3 if it's to this side. Like if they have their middle third on this side, we can definitely bomb it easily. So basically what's going to happen is that this post route is just going to get wide open, because that third is still going to get glitched out, which I'm going to show you now. It's going to just be a foot race with the safety, just like it was last time, but you can actually just throw that ball out there and just hope for, like a fortunate animation. But you can tell it's pretty much going to be the same thing with a deep half versus, cover 3 without one. So I just think if they're not playing a deep half, then this setup right here is the best one right here. If they're not playing a deep half, this one's by far the best one. Now, last coverage I want to talk about in today's video is going to be man coverage. Now, in part 2, more than likely I'll extensively show man coverage, because there's so many good man coverage setups, and that's why I say I'll probably show gameplay, honestly, because that's where it should be easier to showcase that, So anyways, versus man coverage, I like to take triangle, put them on a slant. I like to take X, put them on an out route, smart route is out route, and I like to actually take my slant and motion them across. Now this is good because what's going to happen is that we're still going to be able to glitch out that safety up top. So if they're playing this style of defense, watch how the safety moves, and we actually we'll be able to fit that ball in there. Now I'm not going to say it's easy guaranteed, but what I'm going to say is that if you have a good matchup out there, then yes, you will. Now if you're playing MUT, I wouldn't recommend using this because, you know, cornerbacks and stuff are crazy on MUT, so definitely not on MUT. But like in regs, like if you have like your best matchup, so like if they somehow didn't have, like, I don't know, let's just say they had, I don't know, Douglas on him or something like that, to where, you know, he actually wins, or like if he just gets a super win animation basically. So if he gets a super win animation, a lot of times you'll be able to split that safety, and the reason why is because this running back route, again, this running back route is really glitchy. Watch him slide, watch the safety slide out, and then we'll have this throw that's going to be wide open, right? Now, let's talk about reads. So first, if they're playing too high man coverage, really no matter what coverage they're playing, my read progressions, I love to look at this out route first. So a lot of times they aren't going to play a purple here to put for the out route. So a lot of times they're going to play a purple deeper, which I'll talk about why in part 2. You'll see me running the game, but basically you have this throw out here that you can make, and that's normally going to be open for a majority of the time, because what's going to happen is a lot of times this user is going to follow this backside slant. So from here, what I like to do is see what the user does. I like to see if he peels off this slant or if he guards here. And a lot of times I throw it where he's not. Or if I have a great matchup, and I know I have a great matchup, what I would do is just go ahead. I don't know why my defensive end is playing man on that. I can't tell you. But if you have a great matchup here, then you can actually, you know, exploit that and throw that. So that's exactly how I like to do that right there. So just a simple 1-2 read. Now this is going to stay true no matter what they do on defense. And just to kind of show you that for the last thing, even if they played like some double purple type of defense like this, this setup is still going to be just really good, simply just because we're giving the user too much to have to guard, because we just, let me shade over the top. So let me call over the top coverage. They're going to snap the ball right here. So basically we're just going to give him too much to guard. You can look at the slant, you can look a square, or if you have a great matchup, even though he didn't give me time to throw, you can also throw circle open, which obviously, as you know, cannot be zone drop. Like, he can't zone drop to guard that. So basically we're giving the user way too much to worry about. So we have a slant going on, or a backside slant that has to be user guarded, unless they put a vertical hook right here, then that's the only thing that would actually take that away. And also we have this crossing route that actually gets open, and also we have an out route. So if they don't put their purple at the right depth, then we're going to throw the out route. But if they put their purple, like if their purple's here, we're going to throw this crossing route, obviously. But if the purple is, you know, up here, then we're going to look for that out route to be open, because he's shading over the top. So a lot of times you still will have that out route that you could throw, or sometimes you may have to lowball it, but normally you'll have that open. But yeah, that's basically going to be everything, though. You guys can see this play is just really good. There's a lot of things you can do out of it, and I really can't wait to bring you guys part 2. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.